Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let's Get Fired. If you have any questions you want us to ask our guest or have any crazy work stories you want to share with us, go ahead and email them to us at letsgetfiredpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's letsgetfiredpodcast@gmail.com. Let's get into it. The redemption, the return of the great Jimmy Glasscock.
You've never cried in a movie.
Glasscock in the glass box.
One of the drivers, dead ass, was like, Joe Rogan has a podcast?
You know, and
You can't do that. Theo is so unique
it's just like
that you can't.
Like he's too crazy. His mind's too
Like,
weird.
there could be two Sam Morrells, but there couldn't
Easily,
be two
because there's more than
Theos.
one Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
There's 6 million of them.
Yeah.
Were.
Anyways, we have a guest on the podcast today.
Yeah, welcome to a new episode of Let's Get Fired. I'm Drew Simon, joined by my co-host Quinn Johnson, and today we got the redemption, the return of the great Jimmy Glasscock.
Give it up for Jimmy, everyone.
Yeah, I'll insert applause here.
I'm happy to be back.
We're excited to have you back.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't get to know who you were. I feel like we know who you are better now. And it's been fun because ever since we had you on, you're the most fun reference because I think we reference Jimmy,
Jimmy
in every episode now.
He's been iconic. You've always been iconic. So we're happy to have you back.
I showed him like our download count, and his episode had just killed everyone's. I don't know.
I mean, I think first off, the name alone,
Yeah.
Glasscock, strong name.
Oh, yeah.
And people are curious about that.
How should we title this episode so people watch it? Like, should it be like Glasscock gets hard, Glasscock returns, Glasscock? I don't know.
I mean, we'll workshop it throughout it, but we're happy to have you here, Jimmy. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. So this whole glass box thing you've had me in.
Oh yeah,
That's new to me because you kind of came up with that after my episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
well, I think we
should
said it
talk
on.
about
I'm
it.
pretty sure we said it
I'm
on
pretty
yours.
sure we said it.
You'd have a glass
While I was
box.
here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty positive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's play the tape back.
Yeah,
But-
we said that
Alright.
you'd be hired onto our team, but you'd be in a glass box, so we could, because we were afraid to have you around other women.
Mhm.
You know, first we had to hire women to be on our team. Well,
Yeah.
Since then we have.
Yeah, we've
So-
taken
Good for you guys.
Kendra, Cheyenne, and Sydney.
And Kendra's actually not even hired, but we pretended like we did.
Yeah.
And then she's
The ongoing joke of this show is that we hire everyone. Is what I've.
It gets kind of hard not to, because some people, it's just like, even if I'm like that, they'll suck.
Yeah.
Then that's funny.
And it's just like there is like some merit to everyone, and it's
Exactly.
it's a beautiful message.
Ironic how inclusive it is. Like, you know, it's, yeah. So yeah, you're in the glass box, and what do you have to say about that?
Glasscock in the glass box.
There you
I
go.
think it's meant to be.
That was the big question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was-
I didn't. You
I guess
put me on the
it's more.
spot.
I guess it's more of a statement.
This is your thing. You
Statement.
guys should have the questions.
Hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well,
there you
you know,
go.
I was
Good.
thinking,
Good. That's the real question right
Yeah.
there.
Well, we'll all answer some of the questions here. We've been having some fun questions lately.
Yeah.
You've been knocking out some good ones.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Well, I think it was fun. We can all answer. But Jimmy, what's the last movie that made you cry?
Movies never made me cry.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I dated
That-
a girl one time,
that-
and she was like, "I want to see you cry. Let's watch." What was it? I think it was 5 feet apart.
What?
The-
That's not.
Yeah, and we watched
That's
it,
not-
and she was sobbing, and I was just like,
Dude,
oh,
if
no,
you want to
this
get a
is
guy to cry, you have to have him watch the end of Saving Private Ryan.
Or the
I've seen that movie
Patriots
too.
at Atlanta Hawks, not Hawks, Falcons game.
Oh, yeah,
Super Bowl.
watch that one.
Watch that. So you've never cried in a movie?
No. I think
Have you ever felt-
I think
TV
it will
show?
happen.
Wait,
TV
have you ever
show?
felt the urge?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, what's the
Yeah.
last movie that made you feel the urge? Because I mean I get the same thing. I was telling Quinn, like, I've never cried during a movie because I'm with other people.
Yeah.
I might someday,
it
but I've
together.
never watched a sad movie by myself. But if I'm with other people, I would have this thing like where I won't let myself
Yeah.
be that person. But what's the last movie that's made you get close to it? Like if you were by yourself, that you
Mhm.
might let it loose.
I don't remember.
Oh my.
It's a sweet
Has a
answer.
song ever
Yo,
made you
like-
cry?
Yeah, for sure.
What's the
Ooh.
what song?
There's this song by Joji. It's called "I'll See You in 40."
Okay.
And
I gotta
was
read
just-
the lyrics.
I'll see you in 40.
The lyrics are not what makes me cry. It's the like the vibe of the end of the song. You can't even really understand what it's saying.
Okay,
It's
we'll find the. We'll look at the lyrics. We'll decipher it.
go for it. The
So-
lyrics, it's like a weird song. This is like a bad example.
It's like what is the song about?
like you kind of have to listen to it. It's like really weird. And
Of course, I'll have to
experimental.
listen to the song.
Please don't come around. That's
Yeah.
repeated over.
That's the
Please
part
don't.
at the end. That's
I was trying to. It's all right. It's all right.
that part's not sad. It's a
if
weird
you were
song.
22 forever, would be nice. Would be nice.
Shout out to that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's-
Sounds. It seems.
Dude, it's a tearjerker.
Yeah, she's gonna become 23.
She's getting old.
Fuck.
This is a Kevin Spacey song.
Yeah, Doctor Disrespect. Yeah.
Why you dare to take that away? I don't understand. I could name 1,000 different reasons you could
It's
fight.
just so cool to watch this
all
like
your
beautiful
might.
art be butchered by your like.
We're trying to analyze.
All right.
I know
Oh,
I'm
okay.
right.
You've just never
I-
heard it before.
I could feel that. Well, we can't play. We'd get
Oh yeah,
copyrighted on
That's fair.
YouTube. So
Yeah, we're doing.
this
He's
is the
doing his
best.
best rendition right
Yeah.
now. Okay, so
I'll
sing
be
it.
respectful.
I'll sing
fucking
it.
listen to this.
I could feel the change, the way you sing your songs, the way you sing your song. I could feel the waves you send from the kingdom sun. I will find a way. Oh yeah, I will find myself and I will love you with my soul.
Mm.
You're all I've ever wanted. I know that I love you.
I don't think that's what
Still
it says.
driving. Take my hands in yours. Please don't go. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will find a way. I will find a way.
Mm.
The end.
That's
Bars.
it. That's it.
It's a great song,
That's it.
Wasn't that good?
That's a tearjerker right
Yeah.
there.
dude. When it says "I will find a way" at the end,
When he
you're like,
repeats
"Oh,
"I love you"
shit."
5 times, I'm like, how did he come up with that?
I know, right? Yeah.
That's okay.
Mhm.
So you've cried to that song.
Yeah.
All right. So that's yeah, I mean, I get it. You know,
I'm
it's like
opening up.
over
Yeah.
over a girl.
Yeah.
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 What's her name?
We're not talking about this.
Wait, how
Okay.
long ago?
A lot of this is like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So high school.
I was 19. Yeah.
Okay. But she was in high
Wait,
school.
you were in high school when you were 19?
No, I was. It was close to high school.
close to high school. And how old was she?
She was also 19 or 18.
Okay.
She was in high school.
She was not in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting, fun,
It was a
cool
little-
song.
little
Any
sad boy.
anything else you've ever? Yeah, well, sad boy, but you don't. So anything else that makes you emotional or like any kind of art?
I think like happy stuff, you know, like anything to do with like dads. I think kind of like that gets me emotional. You know, what
How
I'm saying?
close are you with your dad?
Very close. So
Yeah.
if there's like a movie where it's like a really emotional scene with the dad, I'll be like, oh, whoa,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know a movie you should watch. Click.
Wait, the one with
Yeah.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
He fast forwards his whole life. but
I've
at
seen
the
that
end,
movie.
He's like about to die. Dude,
Uh.
I watched that when I was like 13. And I was like,
Yeah. I
he
can't.
like has a heart attack and it's raining outside
Oh
and
my
he's on the
God.
parking lot laying down like and his son's like, I love you. And I was like, holy shit.
Dude, it's
Oh
so
my
crazy. You
gosh.
must have walked into that movie, seeing the trailer where it's that girl in slow motion running and her tits are bouncing. And you're like, this is a bro film. And at the end, you're crying about your dad. So you should watch Click.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you cry? No, you haven't. Didn't
No.
cry. Never cried in the movie.
I didn't cry.
Right?
Did it make you want to cry?
I don't remember. I've saw it a long time
Sometimes
ago.
the way you say that, when like, no, I didn't cry. It's like, what do you? I'm not. Like, we're not a military recruiter. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. It sounds like you're trying to like toughen it up right
no,
there.
I don't cry a lot. Music will get me like closer than a movie would, I think.
Well, yeah. Well,
Okay.
no, but like
I know there's movies that would get me there if I wasn't watching it with someone else. Which Marley and Me. That was
Marley and Me
the
is-
most recent one.
It's funny too when you say like, I know films that can get me there.
Yeah.
Marley and Me gets me there.
Dude, it gets me.
Fuck.
Dude, it gets me going.
It gets me over the top.
Oh my gosh.
No, dude. I almost burst when I watched Marley.
Yeah,
and Me.
dude. When that dog ran away because it was about to die, and then Jennifer Aniston was like, "What's happening to Molly?"
Was it Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston and Owen Wilson.
I forgot. I remembered Owen Wilson. I forgot it was Jennifer Aniston.
Dude, I feel like I don't know if it's I don't know, this might be a false memory, but I feel like I've cried watching Shanghai Noon. You know, I'll cry at like things like that. You know, it's out of nowhere.
Really? Well,
Out of
what gets
nowhere,
you?
be listening to like I'll be like listening to like I've cried listening to a artist named Zomboy. He makes dubstep. I start crying one time. So like I can cry.
Music.
Lyrically just got me because the song was called Like a Bitch and just got me. Yeah, it's like I'll get hit by that stuff sideways where like I'll turn on a song or a movie that normally has got me emotional before, but now that I'm expecting it, doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm expecting this emotion. And then I'll be like watching like a scene from Community and I'll be like, fuck, just gets me, you know. So yeah. I guess I'm just a lot more emotional than you, which I'm, surprised by because your eyes are so alive and full of life and not dead at all. But, it's what happens. Anyways, so you can get there, though. We can get you to, cry a little bit.
Cry at Community.
Yeah, Community, cry at, Band of Brothers. You ever seen that?
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah.
TV
The
show?
Pacific. Did you see the
Wait,
Pacific?
Miniseries.
I'm thinking of
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
That's
Oh.
so different.
Yeah.
That is so
As soon as
different.
you said that, and I was like, that was not right.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Yeah. It has brother in the title.
It does. Yeah. That is.
I was almost there.
Dude, watching The Pacific, I watched that when I was 17. And right then I was like, if there's a war, I'm going to dodge the
Dude,
draft.
Pacific
Like,
Rim
that's
is
what-
a, Pacific Rim is a great movie. I love that movie.
Okay, I see what you're doing
Okay,
now.
we're gonna
See what you're doing now.
Yeah. No,
Trying
it's
to-
not.
no running bits. All right.
No. Keep doing it.
I like it. No, we
Keep
need
going.
we should
No.
hype him up.
No,
every
I don't.
time.
I'm fine with it.
Because I think we discouraged him
I
from
don't
being
really-
no,
himself.
Honestly, I don't really care anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
like I'll you just have fun, just do your thing.
All right.
Have you seen Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Not a
the first time I saw
tearjerker.
it, Santa Barbara, California.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think like Draper Cinemark probably.
There you go.
Rexburg, Idaho.
Rexburg, Idaho. Look at us
Yeah.
all over the world,
Yeah.
Yeah.
consuming the same media,
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
the time of our life.
Cosmopolitans.
Yeah, we're just out here. I do feel very cultured a lot, all the time. Do you, Jimmy?
Do I feel cultured?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, that's maybe one of the best responses to that. What is being cultured?
Have you ever?
What do
Were
you?
you-
What do you?
were you born
think-
in Utah?
Wait.
Yeah. No. I
What
was,
do you?
No.
What do you?
Wait, where were you born?
California, but
Okay.
I've lived here my whole life.
Okay,
so
but like, what do you think being cultured is?
I don't know. Just like you've seen a lot, done a lot, right? Of just stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I nailed it.
Yeah,
I
but like
knew all
that was
along.
confused. So you
Well, I don't know what it
Look,
means. I don't know what it means to feel cultured.
feel like you've seen a lot and done a lot.
Then no, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I have another question.
Yeah.
Today I watched a YouTube documentary on Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite mass murderer?
What's the one guy? Is it like Alexander the Great? That dude.
That's a guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a guy.
he was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
He was like, I want to like conquer some stuff, and then he did. I don't know a lot about history either. So
Okay.
Do
How,
you know?
Oh, how about this? No. You do know stuff about history.
okay.
History of speedrunning in Pokemon Emerald.
I don't know about speedrunning in Pokemon Emerald. I
Mhm.
do know about speedrunning in Pokemon Red and Blue.
There you go.
Now we've reached
There
my
you go.
territory.
Now we're into it.
Dude,
My
this
time
we,
to
call, we,
shine.
we call this autism maxim.
Yes, here we go.
It really is like because a lot of people like to talk. Everyone likes to say everything's autistic now.
Yeah, that's autistic.
But you go watch speedruns.
Oh my
You
gosh.
know what speedrunning is.
Yeah, I play Crash Bandicoot.
speedrunning?
The PS1 game.
Yeah.
No, like do you speedrun the game though?
Yeah, where you
Like
have to get.
it's on a timer. No,
Yeah.
because this whole community is built around this. Where it's like some dude's like, I'm gonna play Black Ops 2 campaign, and I'm gonna, they play it every day,
And they play it like all weird
just so they
to
can
like
beat
shave
it.
seconds
yeah,
off.
Yeah.
No, so there's always leaderboards, and they find out like ways to skip certain parts and all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
So
like
they keep-
glitches.
and they're like,
stuff.
this guy found a 2-second save,
Yeah.
and they're like, it's all.
No, they always give it like
Yeah,
weird
I've
names.
only-
They're like
I've
Red
only
Bar
watched
Skip
that.
and-
Yeah.
I've only watched that with Crash Bandicoot, but yeah, I'm familiar
yeah,
with the territory.
So they do conventions where it's a speedrunning convention, and
What?
they stream it. They stream
Yeah.
it, and they raise money for charity for like heart research, whatever, and they'll raise like $2 million.
Yeah.
And like they'll stream it, just the dude playing it, and they have all these people behind them.
And the dude has the laser autism focus.
No,
Like,
everyone there. Everyone. It is like I saw this clip because you can want to look up this convention, type in cringe compilation.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a girl, she's sitting down, she gets up, this guy sitting next to her, waits for her to leave, and then just gets on his knees and starts sniffing the chair. Like
oh my gosh.
yeah.
I
Like,
thought you were going to talk about the cancer one. Have you seen that?
no, that.
Oh,
This other one.
brutal.
This dude's dressed up as Link from Legend of Zelda, and is
Yeah.
playing the game, and this girl's just in the back, just like knitting. And then
Kendra Green.
she just starts, yeah, Kendra Green. She just starts talking. You're like, yeah. Anyways, I'm doing this because my grandma has cancer, and there's no
It's
cure. And
silent
dude,
in there.
dead silent, and she's sobbing.
And then you can just hear the Zelda sounds like
Yeah. Well,
like
There's one
breaking
part,
the
yeah. She's
awkward
like,
silence.
there's no cure. And then you hear dun dun na na na.
Yeah.
And then so people start to come over and
Finally,
give her a
what?
hug, but
Somebody-
it's like the most nerd, socially awkward hug. Where like
Oh
it's
my
like
gosh.
one arm, like
There's insane
And, like,
tension in the room.
yeah,
it's
it's-
so bad.
very fun.
It's
so-
so awful.
It's a fun convention,
Yeah.
and so now when people talk about like, I'm autistic and all that, I'm like, just take a look at this because
Yeah.
because I love all these people there. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like because these are the kind of nerds I grew up with, but just like actual hardcore nerds.
Dude,
And
I'd have to take Adderall to do a speed run.
yeah,
Like, that's the only way I could
Dude, it's-
function.
because it's just the same thing over and over and over and over
Yeah.
and over. Like
My brain, as it is right now, I'd get like 2 levels in and be like, all right, I'm bored.
see, but imagine I wave some cash in front of you and be like, just imagine you're delivering tires.
Dude.
It's so crazy sometimes. I think about like I can go to work, I don't want to go there. I force myself to wake up, drive out there, I can do a whole shift, come home, and then sometimes like I'll turn on like a game or something. If I get bored slightly, I'm like, I gotta just get off.
Yeah.
Gotta turn off.
You
You
do all
know?
this stuff
Yeah.
you don't like every day.
Yeah. I will say the nice thing about delivering tires, I can listen to whatever I want all day. And
Jordan
so,
Peterson locked in.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Do you remember like
Don't
back in the day?
disparage JP.
I will absolutely remember back in the day. He used to be when I first was aware of him. It was all just like make your bed,
No,
Yeah, I
make
used to
your
like it a
bed.
lot.
dude,
and now it's
This
like
fun story.
trans women.
so everything's like reverse in my relationship. Because Amanda got into David Goggins, not me. Amanda used to be really into JP.
JP the
Yeah.
goat.
Dude, she loved JP. And so Amanda and I get to talk to Dave Smith at Skankfest.
Mm-hmm.
Just 101, just me, Amanda, and Dave. And we're having a conversation. And after Dave and I have been chatting for like 30 minutes, Amanda's like, gets to like insert, and she's like, would you ever have Jordan Peterson on your podcast? And then Dave was like, oh no, that dude kind of sucks. Like, and then Amanda's face just like,
Well,
because like Dave was also like one of her heroes. So she was like, a combination of my 2 favorite people.
They must love each other. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the fact that he was like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like,
that's
was-
so funny. That dude, just like it's fun just to see like dreams get burnt
well,
in front of
also,
someone's
Dave
face.
Smith explained it. He was like, he was like, clean your room. And then he got addicted to drugs. And we're like, what about your room, pal?
Yeah, no, honestly, no, that's what it is. It's like you went from like, yeah, like clean your room, like do better in your life, but just like do little things that'll
Which
make
was
yourself
really
better.
good.
No,
Yeah.
that stuff I agree with all that stuff because it is true. Like trying to help yourself, and then it shifted to like he's just getting in like Twitter arguments.
Oh yeah, dude. Like
it's like very dumb arguments.
A mild, not even overweight, like model, and he comments and he's like, "This is not beautiful,
disgusting,
Dude, you can't tell me she's beautiful. And
this is Barks' propaganda."
yeah, and then everyone started posting photos of his wife.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
and they were like, you want to go down this road? Like it was like it's like shit like that. Like, aren't you supposed to be like a smart guy?
Yeah.
Are you this smart professor guy who's not a professor anymore? But like, isn't that like who you are? I'm a smart man. Like, and then yeah, like dude,
Now he's on the Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro.
shout out to that. He did he made like a clip where he's like, I think he was saying he's quitting Twitter and then got back on. But in this clip, he's like, "Up yours, woke moralists," and like that was like the big like slam. Like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that
Well, fuck you, woke moralists.
I think that was in response to the swimsuit thing.
Yeah, where he's like, "I'm out of here." Actually,
Yeah.
you guys are all dumb. I'm out of here. And then like a couple months later, he just back on.
Dude,
just hop back
you
on.
should join this Facebook group that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
It's a people who are interested in the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints and Jordan Peterson. It's called Latter-day Lobsters.
That's well,
And dude, it is so fun watching these people. Like they went from "we love him" and then like that swimsuit thing came out, and then now they're just like, we don't even know anymore.
no, it's like they found out about like like they didn't know Joseph Smith was a polygamist, and that's like when you find that out, you're like, what? And then like if like you're like walking without a paddle, you're swimming without, I don't know the analogy there, but yeah, it must be a dark path to be like full Jordan Peterson. Then you're like,
Yeah.
wait,
And so just combining those two worlds together,
He
it's
just had like
fun
a
group.
weird character arc. He went from like pretty reasonable, like
yeah,
whatever.
Oh yeah,
just, like,
no.
off the
In
rails.
2017, I loved him.
Yeah,
I thought he was awesome.
I read his first book and I was like,
I
oh,
never
yeah,
like would like
nice.
sat down and listen to a full like podcast with him or anything. I would just see like a clip and it would just I'd be like shit like
Yeah.
that. Like there's a lot of guys, like, it's like talking about dudes with like low self-esteem and how to like help. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is positive,
Yeah.
right? I didn't really know that much about him. I just would see a clip like that. I'm like, nice. That's good to hear. And then like it's like and then people like that would comment too about how social media is like bad for you and all that. And you're like, I mean, I guess it is because you're the case study of like,
dude.
like you've fully collapsed.
He was like a totally reasonable dude who like Jamie said, his first book was good. Like I listened to the audio version of it and it was like a very good book. If he put out a book now, there's no way I'm like listening to it for a second. Like, cause like it's so funny how someone can lose like all their credibility in such a short period of time.
Oh, all the time, dude. Like it's because like it's like with like someone like Jordan Peterson now, you're like the whole time you're like somehow he's gonna work trans people into this. Somehow it's gonna pop up, or like you start talking about like road infrastructure and like Canada, and then it's like, well, the trans, like the trains, it's like,
and the trans railroad.
yeah, we can't call a transmission a tranny anymore. All that kind of stuff. It's like so I don't know. It gets it also. I mean,
He's like,
and obviously like I'm like take out all the politics and everything. There's a certain point where it just gets boring. Like if you're always bringing up this topic, you're like, I think we got it.
yeah.
I think I know your position. But
you can only hear like self-improvement from one person for so long before.
I completely agree.
I have been thinking about this for a while. There's like when you're down, you're looking up like self-help shit. The problem is a lot of people who are like talking about self-help that you're like, but I hate you. And and I don't want to get better if it's through you. I will stay in this dark
that's
pit
how I
of
felt.
despair.
That's how I feel about David Goggins.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause my wife got really into David. You know David Goggins?
yeah.
Who's going to carry the boats?
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
so Amanda is listening to David Goggins. Here's the thing. It got Amanda running 5 miles a day. So I was like, it actually had a
great.
really good impact on
If
her.
it opens the door, the door.
So like felt bad after a while, but dude, initially I was so relentless.
Mhm.
I was like, who's going to carry the boats? I was
Mhm.
like, Who's going to carry the logs? And then she was so confused because apparently in his book he never talks about boats or logs, and she'd never listened to him on a podcast.
Oh my god!
Like all she saw was his book came up as a recommendation on Audible. And so she clicked on, never heard of him before.
Well,
she never heard of him and decided to listen to his book. And she got crazy into it. So she didn't know any of the pop culture references to David Cockins.
It's actually, it's like the people who don't know or didn't know Joe Rogan does comedy.
Yeah.
Because they like just listen to his interviews with like Navy SEALs or shit like that. And then like that kind of shit blows my mind. But I forget there's just people like that. It's like how people will like buy tickets to a random comedy show and just walk in and be like, we'll just see what this guy does.
Dude, at work like a month ago, we were talking about like we have like a team meeting before we go out into our trucks and drive. And we're talking about like different things to listen to, get you through the day. And someone's like, yeah, you listen to Joe Rogan every day. And one of the drivers, dead ass, was like, Joe Rogan has a podcast?
The biggest one ever.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love that. I just forget, like, you just get so used to our little world and just like all the pop culture shit, that like there's people out there, it's like who don't know that there was a beef with Kendrick and Drake. They just had no idea.
Oh, dude, I never would have known.
Didn't know that happened.
If it wasn't for you and my wife.
Like my brother-in-law, who's like your age, Jimmy. It's like he was in like London visiting his parents because she does study abroad out there, or his mom does, and he came back and no idea this happened. And I was like, "How do you not?" This was like one of the biggest things on the internet, and you're like 23.
To be fair, I wouldn't have known if I wasn't going to open mics and heard everybody talk about it.
Oh my god,
dude, that's a nice
I don't
thing about
listen
open
to either.
mics.
Never
Open
mind.
mics will keep you. If you're like me and Jimmy, kindred souls here.
Oh no,
that's what keeps me in the loop.
That's how I know what's going on. Is everybody talks about the same thing.
I totally agree because it's like I would never know about so much shit happening, and also I would never know what the solution is to the war in Gaza if I didn't go to open mics.
Right.
It's like
if I didn't hear Willy on set, I wouldn't know. What the
I would have no
is.
idea what the solution is to all this shit. And now because of the internet, everything's so much more like fractured. You can kind of just get even more in your own little like nook that like. I'll be like on TikTok and there's like some controversy happening in the textile industry, and I'm like, what? And it's like everyone's talking about it. Like it's like I should know, and it's like you can go back and watch my other 15 videos about this to get caught up. I'm like, okay.
Oh, dude, yeah, I just found out like about Disney adults.
You didn't know about that?
No,
you live in Utah,
dude. I don't interact with anyone in Utah besides comics. And I just found out Disney bounding. Have you heard of this?
What
is that?
You're not allowed to dress up as a character at the parks if you're over the age of 14, which is reasonable.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
pretty reasonable. I feel like that's a fair.
Oh my god, dude! But the first before they made that rule, dude, there were pedophiles just cleaning up at Disney, just dressing as Woody, and
there's a snake in my. Dude,
oh my god!
Dude, I saw this clip. This guy was asking people like, "Who's worse?" I don't know. It's like the IDF or Disney adults or something like that. It wasn't the IDF. It was like, anyways, this guy was like Disney adults, and he's like, why? He's like, well, my mom's a Disney adult, and she's like was insane about it, and he's like, hey, I actually have a Disney pass in my wallet, and they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, we buried we put my dad's ashes at Disney, like we poured them out at Disney, and he's like, I have the pass because that's where my dad's ashes are. I'll go to Disney to visit him, and they're like, he's like, is that legal? He's like, no. He's like, but that's what my mom did.
Yeah, dude.
My mom poured his ashes out
into Splash Mountain. It just gets recycled every time people go on the ride.
In a video I saw that Disney had to make that a formal rule that people aren't allowed to spread ashes because so many people have done it. Dude, also, if you're like, let's say there is an afterlife and you see like your family spreading your ashes at Disneyland.
Oh my God, dude.
That's
I
funny. That might actually be awesome.
I would haunt them. Like I would come back down there and just be like, so like whispering, like, you know how you're gonna get over my death? Fentanyl.
They see the plates moving in their house. They're like, "Be our guest."
Oh yeah, dude, that would is actually infuriating. I've never even considered that viewpoint of like,
oh yeah,
you're just like the dad who just goes along with it because it's my wife, whatever. I'll do this, and then it's only one way.
Married a crazy Disney,
and you guys
bitch.
live in like Nebraska, and they buried you in
Oh,
Anaheim. You have to go. And so I was like, they can't even visit me. They can't even come and see my body or my whatever. But also like growing up, and like now that I like do drugs, go to raves, do all sorts of shit. You're like, Disneyland is so fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like
Well, also like there's so much culture here
everywhere.
that you can see
everywhere.
and do, and it's so much cheaper.
You don't have to wait in a line with
dude.
like, like it's like you and it's like a family from Wuhan and like you're like just waiting in line together. But like, have you heard that Jim Gaffigan joke about Disneyland? It's just like, he's like, I love Disneyland. He's like, you wait in line and that's it.
Yeah. Dude, last year, Amanda and I went to Disney World with her grandparents because her grandparents are up there, and as a last hurrah, they like still view Amanda as like a little girl. So like, we should do a trip to Disney World, and so we went. And dude, going with like elderly people with canes and electric chairs. That's the same as going with like a 2-year-old. Like you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like you just.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's like a fast pass and you just get to skip the lines.
We did get to skip a lot of lines, but then like half the rides, and Disney doesn't have intense rides. It's not like you're going to Six Flags. But half the rides, like Amanda's grandpa would get off and be like, that fucked up my back. Like,
oh god, it's Snow White ride, really.
The teacups.
no, dude,
Well, the teacups would do
the
a
one that
number
got them was
on
the
your back.
Frozen ride, and
haven't been on it.
Epcot. That just
Dude, you just reminded me. I've totally forgot. I did this. My family, we were in Florida for like New Year's, and then we get a call. Like somehow my dad, we find out Donny Osmond's also there, and we're friends with Donny Osmond because he's in my ward growing up at church. So we get to go to Donny Osmond.
wait, what?
You ever heard the song in Mulan? It was like, let's get down. To
Oh,
biz.
that guy?
Sings that song.
That's sick.
He was a big he had a big moment back in like the
80s.
60s, 70s. Like it was like the White Jackson 5, the Osmonds, Mormon, and so he was in my church growing up. I didn't know who he was. Like I was just he was just a nice guy. But we went to Disney World with him for New Year's, and dude, we went. So how we got on the rides is where everyone gets off. That's where we got on. Like he had that's
Dude,
the pass.
him-
That's what he had.
Yeah.
It's like we'd get on where everyone gets off, and you'd swing around where everyone's waiting in line, and you're already sitting on the ride, and you just like wave at everyone, and like it's all these like struggling like immigrant families like all sweating like, and we're just sitting there like that's right. This is what.
Wait, did he get recognized at
I don't know.
Disney?
I don't know if I know that. I don't know if I saw that happen. But then like we had this area sectioned off for us like around like Epcot, where like we just our little spot. We had drink like Martinelli's and shit for that. We would just be sipping on. Then we just got to watch their insane fireworks show just in like a private area.
That is nuts.
So I think that's a fun way to do Disney. Just go
with
Donny
a
Osmond.
Disney legend.
Dude,
Yeah.
Just go with Donny
You
Osmond.
went to Disney with Donny Osmond?
Yeah.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. That's the only way to do it, though. I won't go in.
Yeah.
Now that I've done that,
No, you
No,
can't wait
can't
in
go back.
line after that.
I can't go back to wait in a line.
No.
No, it's like, yeah, man, I just forget like that experience of like, standing in line though, where it's like they have like estimated time 90 minutes.
Yeah, and the ride
Yeah.
is like 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And like,
And I love the
Why'd
dude
they
when
come here?
you're trying to take a photo of you on the ride, and there's like a guy who's like trying to, no,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You gotta, yeah.
Dude, I mean, what's really fun though is going to Disney with a 71-year-old lady who's openly racist and will say it loudly.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Epcot was a struggle.
Epcot, oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Epcot's. It just reminded me of this experience I had once. My family were in Tahiti, and there was like at the hotel we were at, they had like these like it's like these like dancers come and like they're in the back dancing around like this fire, and just me and my family were there, and like the dancers would kind of like pick people in the crowd to come in and dance with them, and like it's kind of weird, but this girl, she taps this Asian dad on the shoulder. He's with his whole family, just jumps right up and just starts dancing so close to her and just like fully into it, just like hovering around her, like shaking his hips, like touching her and shit, like in front of his like wife and children. And I it's just like memory burned into my mind. I was like 10 years old, just like watching this dude just be like, this is my shot. Like this like it was fucking crazy just to watch this guy just, and I was like, oh, it's just different. And other cultures are different, I guess. I'm just from Provo, Utah. I don't know anything about the world. So anyways, so shout out to that guy.
Oh, dude, going back to what I was saying, Disney bounding.
Oh yeah, what is this?
So you can't dress up as a character. So people will dress in outfits that like mimic Disney characters. I'm gonna Google image this so you guys can.
Oh, so it's like a knockoff kind of thing.
Like you can't dress as Goofy, but you could wear the same outfit he wears.
Okay,
that's like even worse. I feel like
it's
like you wouldn't see that guy as Mickey Mouse, but then he stands next to Mickey Mouse, and you're like, oh, he's wearing the same bow tie.
So it's like that one's really actually just sad. That's like that's not even close. No, it's like it's a Disney rebellion.
Yeah. No, it's for their way to get around the rules that they can't dress as characters.
Oh, bending the rule.
Dude, there's also because I like really went to Disney Adults this week while driving, and there's like videos, compilations of adults in tears that they got sent out because they were dressed as characters.
Oh my god,
that's hilarious. Do you think they ever just like someone just happens to look like somebody and they're like, oh, you look like Buzz Lightyear, you can't come in here?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, like, hey, that purple cap and the wings are
maybe that was a bad example.
Buzz Lightyear went out. No, it'd be like, I don't know. You look, hey, this girl looks like That's So Raven. We got to get her out of here. Like, no, it's like
the purple cap and wings. You just happen to be wearing.
Would be like, get her out.
Yeah. This place has gone downhill since I was a child,
dude. It was so funny because we were staying at like a timeshare, because that's what they have as a timeshare.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also, they bought another one while we were there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
dude. Someone has to get those. Someone has to buy them.
We tried talking them out of it.
I love that. They're like, this is a scam. And they're like,
and Eric, this is great. We're gonna leave this for Amanda and Drew as inheritance.
Yeah, got it.
We're going to inherit a timeshare.
Perfect. You get the lease now.
But dude, we're at the timeshare, and like there was like a black family having a barbecue, and like from one of the other units, and Amanda's grandma was like, "Oh, these welfare queens." just I'm like, what? She's like, they've been here for months, just taking all the government money and buying their fancy barbecue. I'm like, this is our first day here. How do you know they've been here for months?
We got cameras. I also love like moments like this where like, I'm sure like that black family, they're having so much fun. They're like grilling. They're all smiling, like having just a good time. And she's
and
like,
your grandma gets one look and she's like, my day's ruined.
Yeah, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
These people are having so much fun.
Well, it's Florida has, I mean, if you go to Utah and go to Florida and you're like, oh, black people, like they're just there.
They exist.
And yeah. And then every day Amanda's grandma wanted to go to Walmart. It's her favorite store. And she'd make us go to Walmart. But I'm like, you hate them so much. Why do you go to the place where they all are?
No, it's the irony. You know, it's like they're like, she's mad at them staying in the same timeshare that she lives in. Like, we can afford the same timeshare and then go to Walmart and like all the places I like, they seem to be there. What the hell? What's going on? Yeah, it's a fun. I feel the same way with like the dudes who are really against, like during like the build the wall era. You know, it's like kind of country boys being like, you know, like got to keep them out.
I think there's a resurgence of the build of the wall era.
It's back. But you know, like the first wave.
Yeah, the first
wave. Got to keep out the Mexicans. And then I think about these country boys where I'm like, okay, so you want to keep out these Mexicans who drive trucks, blue collar, hard workers, drink beer, listen to country music,
Religious.
it's religious. They are the exact same thing you are.
Oh,
They
yeah,
are
dude.
the exact same thing.
Dude, if Republicans were smart, they would let the Mexicans in. And
Absolutely.
the Mexicans would vote Republican forever.
Oh yeah. No, it's like, yeah. So, anyways, Jimmy, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. That's
Yeah. What do you think about the IDF?
What is that?
The Israeli military.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's fine.
That's a good
I like
answer.
that.
I'm just
I like
Actually,
that.
good
uninformed.
answer.
I don't know.
That's what we're looking for.
and you know what, Jimmy? I'm not that far off.
Yeah.
Either. I'm like, it's because it gets a little too dark sometimes, and you see like drone strikes just happen on just dudes just walking after they just get killed, and you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna. You know what? My opinion, just hey, how about everyone just stop killing each other?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to playing Elden Ring. So hopefully you guys can solve that
Yeah.
by the time I beat Elden Ring. That's a lot of where my head goes. Is just like hope they figure that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the moon landing?
I think it's real. Yeah. I don't know.
For me, it's hard because they're saying we went to the moon, but we can't make GTA 6 in 12 years.
No, that's actually that's
That's a great point.
it is the most fair criticism because you know like when GTA 5 came out. Whoa, dude! I set my availability day for to be able to go on a Mormon mission. I set my availability day as the day it came out because they always have a couple weeks buffer before they
Yeah.
actually send you out. And I was like, I'm just like, so then I know for sure I can at least play the game.
That's so funny.
And
Dude.
because like I had been waiting forever because like I
Yeah.
loved GTA 4. And so yeah, gotta just like put in the hours. Like I think it came out in like September. I didn't leave till February. So I just like
Oh,
was
yeah.
just playing the fuck out of GTA 5.
Dude, I'm gonna
you
do
know.
that when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. I'm gonna buy a new computer just to play it. It's gonna
Well,
be.
good. I mean, you're gonna have to. It's gonna
Sick.
come out in like 10
I
years.
know. One day
One day we'll play Elder Scrolls 6.
it'll be cool.
But don't worry. Oh yeah, are you gonna play? You know the new NCAA football game.
No,
Well, he's not a sport guy.
I don't like sports, yeah.
but it's sometimes people like.
Sometimes
I know a bunch of guys who play FIFA. They don't watch soccer.
That's true.
Nah, sports games aren't really that interesting to me. I don't know.
FIFA transcends.
FIFA just fun. It's like
Yeah.
I think it's like if you were like actually like played baseball like in real life, like just like done like catch. You know, like no, you have.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy, have you ever done that? Just like throw around a baseball into a glove.
Yeah.
It's like when you're actually doing that, so fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's a
good
sometimes
time.
watch baseball can be a little slow, but like when you're actually out there, you're like, this is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Go to the park, throw a football back and forth.
Yeah.
That's it.
So some of these
It's a good game.
so sports video games similar
Yeah.
because you're just involved the whole time. It's like so think about it.
Yeah.
All right.
What country has the best food?
Ooh,
Oh, Mexico.
that's a great
That's a good
answer.
one.
I
Yeah,
think
that's-
Mexico. I think
it's-
Mexican food might be my favorite.
I think-
Undeniable.
I think Mexicans and Italians got to duke it out. I think
Yeah.
that's
yeah, Mexican, Italian, and then
Chinese.
Chinese is gonna be really
Chinese
fucking
is
good.
good.
Japanese food's really fucking
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Indian food.
Indian food is
Dude,
great.
never had Indian food.
You haven't,
No.
dude. Bombay House here.
That's what everyone
gotta go to
says.
It's
Bombay
really
House.
good.
I just here's what I'm scared of. I've never had it, and I know like if you have food of a certain culture, like if I never had Mexican food before, I wouldn't know what to like. I wouldn't know what a nacho
then
is,
I'll
what enchilada
I'll
is.
go with you.
Okay, let's
There's
do
a-
this.
we
Let's
just-
go to Bombay
I
House.
will also go,
Yeah, let's go. No, wait, we'll go,
Help me.
just start with the tikka masala.
dude.
It's like the classic
So
dish.
good. Get some garlic naan.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you'll be a fan, I
Yeah.
think, because it's like that's like a standard dish. It's like it's really fucking good, and it's not like the flavors aren't gonna like. It's not like a tough flavor profile.
You've been to India.
Yeah.
You like it?
I don't want to go back.
Yeah. That's why I've like India is a country I've never wanted to go to, and
Don't-
so that's
Don't
why
need
I've
to go.
always
Just eat the food.
okay.
Yeah, eat the food. Use the IT support, and then
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
but like the food, yeah, like that. There's also like Southern Indian food, which is really fucking good. But yeah, man. I mean, also if you want to go to India, you can just go to London.
Yeah, there's
Like it's pretty. Yeah, you can get
Just
a more
bunch of-
elevated
a
experience.
bunch of Freddie Mercury's running around.
Is he Indian?
No, wait, never mind. He's Pakistani.
He's Packy. I also love that they have like this crazy beef, Pakistanis and Indian,
Oh
Yeah.
because their cuisine's like the same.
yeah.
Like
They're,
this-
they're the same.
They're the same. Except I think Pakistan's like I think they're Muslim.
Yeah.
But-
There's a lot of Muslims in India though too.
No, I mean I think
But-
it's mostly Hindi.
I used to
It's
live
mostly
with a,
Hindi, but there's still like a large like compared to like here.
It is
there's
also it's really trippy going to McDonald's in India.
yeah.
No beef.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I
No beef.
used to live with an
so it's
Indian
just
guy
fish
for like a year.
fillets everywhere.
No, that would be better. It was like veggie burger things, but they also had chicken. You just eat the chicken.
Yeah,
But- Yeah, they were nice. At McDonald's in India, it's like walking into like a U.S. embassy. Like you walk in there, it's like it's nice in there.
It's a US embassy?
Air
Oh, yeah.
conditioning.
Dude.
Like it feels nice and cool. You can
yeah.
charge your phone in there.
I
Like,
went to a McDonald's in Guatemala, and it's like the third world is out here.
The third world
You step
evaporates.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in America.
Also, like the
again.
food at McDonald's outside of the U.S. It's like
So
next
good.
level.
Dude,
I've
so
never
good.
been to a McDonald's
Also,
outside the
being
US.
a manager at a McDonald's there,
Oh,
dude, there was
might
a
as well be a fucking like senator.
there
like-
was a bishop in one of my areas. His job was a McDonald's manager. Had the biggest house like I had seen in my whole time in Guatemala.
Yeah.
And it was night. It was first world level house.
Oh, yeah,
He was a McDonald's manager.
no, dude, because it's an important job.
Yeah.
Also, you never left. Have you ever left the country?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
I went to China.
Oh, I
China.
forgot you went to China.
Dude. How was that?
It was sick, dude. I would go back in a heartbeat.
Isn't it crazy? Like China's a place where like you really will feel like you're in a foreign place.
yeah,
like, it is
was
like
nuts.
like
It was so cool.
no place like that. Like yeah, because like India is a place like that where it's like there's no like little help of like this also is in English. It's
Yeah.
like it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's just
no.
like you're just like what?
I mean, I went to Beijing and they had English on like a lot of the signs, but like not everybody speaks English, and it was still like crazy.
Oh yeah, no. It's but yeah, you should have gone to McDonald's
Yeah.
out there. They're McDonald's. Also, they're really into like KFC.
Yeah, no, there was one on like every corner when
Yeah.
I was there. It was crazy.
They were really into KFC in the UK
It's
as well,
huge over
which
there.
I thought was hilarious because the British, I think they love a lot of American things. I just wanted to like grab them all, and be like, you know that we don't give a shit about KFC.
Yeah.
No one fucking cares. We have Popeyes,
Popeyes
and
is
Chick-fil-A. Like it's like KFC sucks.
Canes.
Canes.
good. Canes. Oh,
Yeah, it's
Dude.
it's
That's what my dad, he went to Taiwan for his mission. He said KFC was just everywhere.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. But then yeah, so it's wild out there.
Yeah, that's one thing I am, because I went to Guatemala, but Guatemala is still like Western, like
It's still Central
culturally.
America.
Yeah. Culturally, they're just a lot poorer than us, but like culturally, it's still like the West. Like it sounds crazy going to a place like China.
Oh no, it's like these. Yeah, you go to like a place. Yeah, like any. Like I've been to Thailand. I've been to Laos. Laos, pet a sun bear out there. But yeah, like these places, it's like you're just like you're just in a, it is kind of crazy because we're already talking about the perspective shifts
Yeah.
of like these, like when you think people know about your little cultural world where it's like you don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about Kendrick and all that. It's like you go to some of these other places, it's just might as well like obviously a lot of the main events in America a lot of people know about, but it's like America just vanishes. Like everything we know in our Western culture just gone.
Yeah,
and like
it's crazy.
everything is just about can we get clean water, and
dude, seeing people in like the bubble here in Utah though.
Mm.
Like I remember in Guatemala there was a Utah missionary who just like got to the field and like day one is just trying to spit, Mormonism at people. And then someone's like, he's like, and Joseph Smith, and the first guy's like, who's that? And he's like, what?
uh-oh.
What? Like, dude, it was
Huh?
insane.
Yeah, I know it's
I remember it his first district meeting. He was like, you know what? Nobody here has ever heard of him.
what the I thought I could just bring him up and people like, oh, you know what? I've been meaning to get into
He's
that
like, I
guy."
thought even non-Mormons knew who he was.
I know. Wait, you guys don't all know Mitt Romney? What? No, it's yeah. I love seeing. I always loved like the very fish out of water people, where it's like I mean, dude, I went to an English speaking mission. Like, it just like that experience of just walking up to someone and being like, "Do you want to? What do you believe in? What kind of God do you believe in?" They're like, "What?" And you're like,
Dude,
"Yeah, I don't know."
I will say doing a second language is such a hack for missionary
You
work.
just lean
because
on it.
It's it's like wearing a mask. You're a different person when you're speaking that language than when
Oh,
you're speaking your
you
native
could-
language.
I could not hide.
Like, yeah,
like-
because all the stuff I said in Spanish, I don't think I would be bold enough to say those things in English.
Also, because you're like, this is the
Oh.
only thing I know how to say.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's like you can see all the facial expressions and everything. Like, you know everything. You know exactly how they're reacting to you. And I'd be like, "You want to be happy?" And they're like, "I am happy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know." I'm because also I'm like you get very self-aware in that moment where you're like, I'm a 19-year-old kid from Utah. I have no life experience. I can't be like, "No, actually, you're not happy." Like, not you. That's like it's like you have nothing to stand on, and it just becomes so you become so aware of like how you know
Yeah.
nothing.
You
don't know
not happy.
anything.
You've never had swig.
Yeah, you haven't
Like,
swig. You,
Dude, you don't know.
you've never had a sugar
Sure.
cookie. Like, it's which I don't understand that analogy. Sugar cookie, it feels like it doesn't even make sense. Like it's all it is. But yeah, that's a different experience. And Jimmy, you never had that experience. You never had went on a mission.
No, I didn't call them a
But
mish.
you're not 26 yet. You still could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just do it.
We
for,
should make that happen for the
we
bit.
should- dude. Jimmy, if you go on a mission, think also for the,
Dude, I would go
Think-
to
think
your
of material.
farewell.
No, exactly.
I'd go
No.
to your farewell and cry.
I would go then heckle. This guy's just doing it for the clicks. But no, dude. Obviously, they would love to have you. But yeah,
Yeah.
just do it for the material.
Yeah.
There's so much that
Yeah,
can come out of
Just
it.
2 years, you'll be a better comedian when you come back.
Exactly. And then you'll have got yourself ingratiated in a new market.
Yeah.
You know, so you can go back to Omaha like a king, or
We're just trying to get Jimmy more cultured. And then he goes,
that would be
"Oh,
so
Ma."
funny. It's like the solution for you to get more cultured is to go on a Mormon mission. Like, but I mean, hey, like,
Dude, I forgot to tell you this. I went to Dennis McManus had like a
birthday party or something.
no, he had a comedy show that he put like a talent show for his YSA ward.
Oh yeah,
And he brought
Wait,
me.
Dennis McManus is.
Yeah, he goes, I think
Oh.
like semi regularly, but he invites all these comedians to come to this thing. It's just in the gym. It's like,
I love that.
yeah. And they asked me to say the opening prayer. Like they were just like, "Hey, you want to say the opening prayer?"
That's
and I was
awesome.
Like, they're like, "What ward are you from?" I'm like, "I'm not." And they're like, "Okay." And like I said it, it killed it. And
Nice. Do a lot of dramatic
Well,
pauses.
oh yeah,
Some
I was
reflexes
like-
never leave.
yeah, no, exactly.
No.
But like, I think if I was like, "Hey, I want to go," they'd be like, "Oh yeah," you know what I mean?
Oh no, they would jump because also it's like I guess they're struggling right now with like missionaries coming home early. A lot of missionaries are coming home early.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they would love to have like, oh dude, he's found his way back. And
Yeah.
then in the MTC, my companion was a dude who's 26 from Serbia, and he was like, I was a sniper in the military before this, and I was like, hell yeah.
Jeez.
So like, yeah, he was an interesting guy. But yeah, I would love.
Speaking of interesting guys, I want to tell the story that I was talking about earlier.
Oh, but the most interesting guy in the world.
Yeah, dude. This guy, all right, I already told this part, but born in Belgium to like royalty, nobility, goes to England to a boarding school, learns English, gets perfect in English, goes to Oxford, studying law, and he's like, I hate law school. I want to be a soldier. Doesn't tell his parents he joins. His parents are like living in Cairo, like as rich aristocrats. He joins the military and gets sent to a war in South Africa. And then gets wounded, and that's how his parents find out that he was in the military, that he like got a bullet through his leg.
Mhm.
And then he like begs his parents permission to not pursue law school and become a full-time soldier because he was like, this is the best thing I've ever done.
Wow.
And like in his journal, he was like, I was just charging at the enemy, and all I could think was, I fucking love this. And then so this guy, he like recovers from his injuries. He gets sent to the war in Somalia. While he's in Somalia, World War I breaks, and he's like, fuck. He's like, I'm not where the real action is. Then in one of the battles, he gets his eye shot out, and they're like, we need to like remove your eye. And he's like, no, I'm not going to let you guys remove my eye. and he knew if he refused the surgery, they'd send him back to England. And if he goes back to England, then he accepted the surgery in England because he knew once they removed his eye, he'd get an eye patch, and they'd let him go to France where the real action was.
Oh my God.
And then he fought in like 18 major battles, lost his fingers, lost his hand, got shot everywhere, lost his ear.
Oh my God.
Dude, just kept going. World War I ends, though probably the worst war in human history to have been a part of. And his quote was, "Frankly, I really enjoyed the war."
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, the dude couldn't get enough. But then World War I ends, nothing else is going on. And so he moves to Poland and is just living out in a cabin hunting and like shooting bears and stuff. And he gets like into old age and he's like 60. And then Hitler's like, we're going to invade Poland. And
oh, man.
And then the British military is like, hey, do you want to be like our point man for Poland? And he's like, I'm back in. And then so in his 60s, he's fighting the Nazis. And he gets everyone from the British military who was in Poland to evacuate when the Nazis invade. And then he goes to it. Then he gets deployed to Italy to fight the Italians. As a 65-year-old man at this point, his plane gets shot down. Oh, also, his planes get shot down multiple times in his life.
The fourth
Not
one.
Like, this is like the fourth time he's in a plane that gets shot down.
The fourth one, he's like,
yeah.
He's just not even phased by
so
it.
his plane gets shot down. The Italians capture him when he gets back to shore because it crashed in the Mediterranean. And then he gets locked in. He escapes from the POW camp as a 67-year-old 3 times before they catch him and bring him back every time.
Oh my God.
And then eventually they realize this guy's pretty important. Like he's like famous in like British military lore, like, and he's like royalty and stuff. And so they're like, hey, we want to like leave this war. Like Hitler's going to be pissed, but like the Italians were done. Like they're, and like, can you be our diplomat and meet with the British and like let them know that we're done? And so he was able to meet with the British and like negotiate the end. And that's how the Italians got out of the war.
What?
Yeah, dude.
That's
and
nuts.
then like Winston Churchill like named him to be his diplomat for China. And then he went to China and had dinner with Mao Zedong and told Mao, I really fucking hate communists, like to his face. And then like in his 80s, he settled down finally and went to Ireland and died. Like, dude, just the craziest guy.
That's
dude,
nuts.
I feel like in like today's terminology, you're like, yeah, this guy's a sociopath.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude is just charging into battle, be like, this is the best. This is the best.
Dude.
Everyone's in trench foot and mustard gas, and he's like, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Like,
have you seen what's the movie All Quiet on the Western Front?
no.
Dude, it's the only war movie. It came out like last year on Netflix, and it's all in German. It's all subtitles. But it was like did you ever read the book?
No.
The book was written to be like explain how horrific war is. And it was actually one of the first books Hitler banned because he was worried that if people read that, they wouldn't be down to go to war again. Well, they made the movie like so horrific. It's the only war movie I've ever seen that gave me like extreme anxiety watching it. Like it was like
All the other ones are like, hell
almost,
yeah.
Well, this was almost like a horror movie. And so watching that movie, World War I, and knowing that there is some sociopath out there who's just like, this is the best. Like,
Hell yeah, guys. Blow the whistle. I'll charge into the no man's land. I don't give a fuck. It's also, I think, with someone like him, like the term like water off a duck's back or whatever. Is that how it says?
Yeah.
I feel like that he is that to like to a T, where it like you realize there's so much shit we worry about and are afraid about, but those dudes like him are just like fuck it, and like he died at 82, like all this shit happens, makes it out alive, he just doesn't care, and you're like, is that all we have to do? Just not care that much?
Dude, you lose your eye. You think that would get you out of World War I? And then he was like, give me my eye patch. I'm gonna go. Also, like the military, they're like, your eye is like freaking us out.
So in order for you to go, like, for us to grant you permission to go fight in World War One, you have to use a glass eye. And he was like, fine. And then the second he walked out of the building, he threw his glass eye away. Like,
this guy can't be stopped. Anyways, now he has a beer.
yeah,
All right. Well, I think we did the podcast.
that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Nice to have you here, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. This was
Was
fun.
it more fun?
Little redemption arc.
Yeah.
I feel good about this. one.
And by redemption, we just didn't talk that much, and that was the redemption.
It was good.
That's all you had to do the first
I had
time.
a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well,
Yeah, follow Jimmy Glasscock on Instagram.
everywhere you can find social media. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.